What about the Richard Egan article? I haven't read it all yet, to be honest, Jen. But I will have a look. But I tend to agree with him. I feel like Fergie and Andrew are a little bit similar. And please don't kick off at me with this, to Harry and Meghan. Okay? Well, basically, you've got two dumb gingers and an entitled narcissist both got married twice. All of that. And just because one of the gingers was in the royal family and the other ginger was, you know what I mean? So that's the connection. So you've got two dumb gingers, two entitled narcissists, because that's basically what Prince Andrew is. I feel like for the longest time, I feel like we are, just because we're monarchists or just because we like the royal family, that there's an element of the royal commentary community, shall we say, that are like, oh no, Prince Andrew must stay in Royal Lodge, he must do this, he must do that, he must do all that. And I think there's an element of like how Harry and Meghan work there, meaning that I believe that there are some people who are, maybe they're commentators or content creators, I don't know, but I feel like they get some information or some backhanders or something from the House of York or somebody affiliated with them, and that proximity to royalty makes people like go, oh yes, I feel very important and all of this kind of stuff. And I feel like we have been getting, as a community, where we should, in my mind, we should be very critical of people like Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like we've been like if you criticize them, you get called like a sugar or something, and it's just like, how not? It's just basically, it's just not. It's the same if you're slightly critical of the Markles, as in Meghan's father, etc. They get called, and it's just like, but like you can have more than one set of, like, not everybody in the stories. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just like chatting away to myself. Anyway, look at Fergie. I'll stop giving an opinion. Yeah, as well, like, you've got to realize, like, this year I have found out just how naff the press are, like how naff they are. Just like, they're just so, they've all got agendas and narratives and everything. They just don't report the news. They want things to shape public discussion in a certain way, and it's just mind-blowing. Let me just have a look at let's have a look at Fergie. Here we go. Oh, we have got the Empress in the upright. Or do we? Yeah, we do. Okay. And we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Just what you don't want to hear. And then you've got the Nine of Wands. Okay. So here we've got the Empress stuff. The Empress is the mother. So we're either going to hear some stuff about Fergie's mother. I don't know what their relationship was like. I know there's quite a few rumors and stuff about family relations and stuff like that, which is quite interesting. But there is a mother issue there. So Fergie is either going to really kind of like come back and be like, you know, my children, la 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 la, or she's going to try and paint herself in a matriarchal role that way, or she's going to try and link herself in to powerful women. So that could be the memory of Queen Elizabeth, and that could be her own mother there. But there's a mother energy there, and she wants to capitalize on it. Problem is, though, the Five of Swords is crossing over in reverse. Well, no, it's not a problem for us, but it's definitely going to be some concern for Fergie. Is the details again. None of these people, a lot of these people talk a lot of game and they talk a lot of schmack, but they don't bring anything through. And then we have the Knave of Wands. Which one's the youngest daughter? Because they're both Leo. Which one is it? Eugenie's the youngest, or Beatrice?
Eugenie, I think.
Eugenie.
I think so.
Yeah. There's something with Eugenie. And there's something with Beatrice leaving the situation as well. Okay. Oh, she's really stuck. She's wanting money. They're going to get pensioned off somewhere. They're going to get they are going to get pensioned off somewhere. Probably like, I don't know, somewhere in the Caribbean or something. They're just going to get, they're going to get like, you know, go and live on, I don't know, St. Lucia or somewhere nice, somewhere gorgeous that they don't deserve. But yeah, we've got the Hermit there, so I don't know if she's trying to get in with Harry, or maybe she's trying to get some good advice from somebody. But they're that pig-headed and vain, I feel like, just like the Markles, that they won't take any advice from anyone. It's very similar. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's so similar. The only difference is I feel like Prince Andrew has something on the royals that is almost like blackmailing them. I know that sounds really weird, allegedly, whatever, before I get like a load of people on my back. But I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's something he's like controlling them with. You know what I mean? Like there's something really like weird. They ain't gonna try. They're not gonna move on. They're gonna have to, like, to get them out of Royal Lodge. I thought the king was going to do it. The cards looked pretty certain he was going to do it. I think they will eventually get out of Royal Lodge. I mean, not in a, you know, not in a coffin. Like they will leave before. I think they're going to have to.
Wait, if it's in a coffin, Fergie's will be white shit.
Babe.
What?
I know. Babe. Yeah, she's struck. Yeah, Porty. Now, wouldn't it be interesting, right? Just put this to the side for a minute. Wouldn't it be interesting? Okay, and I know Harry looks like Pembroke and he looks like Hewitt and all of that stuff. But wouldn't it be interesting? Because I feel like Andrew's played the press for years. Wouldn't it be interesting if Andrew encouraged those rumours because it takes the heat off him? I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just really thinking out loud. Yeah, Jennifer, exactly. I think he has something on King Charles and not on Prince William. He might have to wait for King William for the Harkles and Yorks to properly sort it. Yeah, I do think we are going to have to wait till William, because I feel like he does have something on. He has something on the royals, and I feel it's that scandalous, and it's probably something to do. It could well be something to do with either parentage of someone or something, but I feel like it's that scandalous, it ain't going to come out. Which is so annoying, because they like hold things away for like 50 odd years, don't they? Let's have a look at Prince Andrew. I'm going to look at the king as well, see where he is with all of them. Okay, so Prince Andrew's upset. He's really upset. He's upset, guys. Don't be upset that Prince Andrew's upset. And the 8 of Wands is crossing over. He's crying over spilt milk. Oh, he's got a big problem with his brother. Big problem with the king. A big problem as well, accepting the inevitable. He is trying to get some... Does this keep moving? There we go.
It's probably me walking around.
It's probably you walking around. What, you're shaking the ground with your mighty girth. I think he's going to do something with it. I think he's going to do something with the charities. Right. I know this sounds really weird, but this dude really thought he was like going to be coming back after all of this. Like he thought he had his way back in with the 6 of Wands there. He thought he was coming back. He thought that they could come back. Isn't it amazing? It's like I've said, every time he rears his face, something worse comes out. It's almost like the press are playing whack-a-mole with Prince Andrew and Fergie. So they were just this last week, right? They were at, and it was tasteless. I mean, I didn't even post anything about my community section about it because I was just like, I don't want to be like on YouTube creating like, because there's so much toxicity on the internet at the minute. And I didn't want to put it up there for everyone to like just go rant at, because I know I would have reacted the same. And it was him smiling outside the funeral and laughing with Fergie. And I was just like, you know what? Poor William. Chariot is in reverse. He really doesn't like William. He's got a big problem with William. Okay. He is relying on people's good memories of him. He is going to get chucked out. We've got the 9 of discs in reverse. I feel like there's a lot of stuff. I don't feel like Harry and Meghan, right? I don't feel just like Harry and Meghan are the ones that put nasty puff pieces out about Catherine and William. And I've felt this for a while. We all saw like it's always been there. You can look back even at their wedding in 2011 and what the York sisters wore for that, which is kind of like them trying to be shady. Yeah, William is going to be like, he has a massive problem with William. He's trying to say that he is causing he's adding extra value. There's the 5 of Wands there. It's a very remarkable card. I feel like they have got people who they are influencing, whether it be by them. And this is how some people work, right? Not me, but some people work. So they know someone. It's like the association makes them feel very special, you know? Yeah. And they want to be part of the story as well. So they kind of hold on to this narrative and they don't go away from it. Harry always said he was closer to... I can believe that. But I think we're going to get more stuff about William. I think we're going to get more stuff about Catherine and William. And I feel like it's not just coming from the Markles. I feel like Andrew's got motivation, and in my mind, from what I know, from what I've seen, from some little tidbits I know that I mightn't be able to say right at this moment, I know, you know.
Well, you know.
Yeah, but they're coming after. They are. Look at Tina Brown. She's all pretending to be anti-Markles, and then boom, she drops that. Just like the card said, she wasn't going to be anti-Markles forever. She's going to be coming in working on something else. Yeah, Prince Andrew sees himself as a war hero. I mean, he is okay, but Prince Harry kind of is not. Definitely not. Let's have a look at the king in this before we look at Keir Starmer. I'll move these cards out of the way. We're going to have a look at Keir Starmer. Richard Eaton said there was a conspiracy against the Waleses. Yeah, there is. There is. I tell you now, there is. There's a massive conspiracy against the Waleses, and William is at a I don't want to say William is at a different end of it, but William doesn't play these stupid games. That can you imagine if it got found out that Fergie and Andrew were talking to, maybe via a proxy, a bunch of influencers online to make so they would repeat that Andrew shouldn't get chucked out of Royal Lodge, you know? Wouldn't that be a mad thing? And wouldn't the press go to town on that? Just saying. Hey, Trudy, darling. Hello, everyone who's come in to chat. That's the thing. It's the thing. People don't realise the way some people move, I feel. And now, William don't play like that. There was something what's the gentleman's name? I know some of you won't like him, but Andrew Lowney. And yeah. Hey, I'm Mary from California. Let's see what the king's going to do with all of this. There's been lots of stories about Camilla having issues with Catherine. I hope it's just planting crap. Yeah, that's just a load of crap, that. Yeah, this is they're up against the Sussexes and the Yorks. Do you know what I mean? It's properly like turning into some kind of like Game of Thrones, but kind of like a sitcom version, or a kind of like Game of Thrones, but make it Downton Abbey. You know, it's weird. The book entitled, oh, I haven't got through all of it, but it's a lot. The Lady of Glencoe Wood, good morning. Let's have a look. Show us King Charles what you're going to do with this man child. Okay, he's run out of patience. So we've got the Hanged Man in reverse, patience, but there's an element as well. He's run out of patience. He's got a short temper about it. But with the Hanged Man in reverse there might be something there that he hasn't learnt the lesson yet. Jeez. We have got the moon crossing over. Okay, I'll come back to that. We have got the High Priestess. And we have got the Emperor in reverse. Something to do with fathers. Big father issues. Big issues there. So it could be the problem there is the king is having problems kind of like, what would be his role? Kind of like figuring out his role and where he stands in the family now. But with the moon crossing over now, Andrew is Pisces. So is Edward, actually. But Andrew's Pisces. He's on the cusp with Aquarius and Pisces. But with the moon, there's more. There's more here. There's a bigger story. Because we've got the priestess, high priestess above. And the Queen of Cups there. So, they're not only threatening the king, there's something with Camilla, with his brother, and Fergie. So Camilla, they're probably threatening her somehow, or they're trying to manipulate her, and the king knows about it. There are things he doesn't want to come out. He really doesn't want to come out. But he's losing patience, and I'm wondering if the loss of patience is going to be more in action, because I feel like he just gets so frustrated it just doesn't go anywhere. He kind of like, he just doesn't eat. Oh, sugar. So you've got the King of Pentacles, and then you have got the Two of... So he feels like his biggest problems are Fergie and his second-born son, or the ginger. Boundaries, control. We've got the Tower, and something coming in and out of left field. Somebody wanting to walk away from something is a shock. I think William is deeply kind of committed to everything he's doing, but I sometimes I look at him and I'm like, I know William, I can feel it, you know, he looks like he's carrying something in his heart. Like, he does look like he just wants to walk away sometimes. Or it could be him wanting to walk away, like he may be getting some further bad news about something, and it be life-changing news, and him wanting to walk away from something. But there's something happening. However, though, he does gain back control. He is worried about boundaries and people going over people's boundaries. Though he seems to like... It's weird because I feel like his energy is with when it comes to William in this. I feel like his energy is like, I'm dealing with it, William. Don't worry about it. But William's like, but you're not dealing with it. So the king's probably frustrated, wondering why William's so interested. And William's probably frustrated because he feels like the rest of us that the king isn't doing anything about it. But the king is frustrated at William because, like, he's like, well, I am the king, you know? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at William. How are you doing, William? What we got? We've got the King of Cups in reverse. He is very unhappy with his uncle. Very unhappy. He thinks he's like the worst person. The King of Cups, when it's in reverse, is somebody who's excessive, maladaptive with their emotions, maladaptive with relationships and sexuality and sensitivity. You know, it's somebody who drinks a lot. It's water sign man, and he is a water sign, Prince Andrew. We have the Chariot there moving across. Like, William wants to get on with some stuff. This is also an interesting energy because you have two things involved here. He is really peeved off about Royal Lodge, guys, with this Chariot there. Because the Chariot not only is representative of William because he's Cancerian, but it's also representative of home because of that Cancerian link, and it's also it was also representative of moving forward. So I feel like he has had quite a lot to do and not enough with this. And we have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, he's like, you've got this opportunity for William. You've got this opportunity to get rid of his annoying uncle. And the Page of Swords underneath. He knows, right? He knows that Andrew plants stories as well as their tradition. The Alchemist is in this deck is the Hierophant. So this traditional. It's also linking into Taurus, and there's a lot of Taurus energy around the monarchy. You've got 2 of the Wales children, Charlotte and Louis. You also have got Zara. You've got all the very dependable people of always or Taurus in the royal family. And for example, you've also got the late Queen Elizabeth was a Taurian as well. So there's that heritage and that dependability. There's also learning. There's also structure. There's also tradition. So William is quite all about that. So he doesn't want to do all the drama. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. He wants them gone. He doesn't want them around him or his family. The Knight of Wands surrounding there. There's might be some pressure from one of the York girls there. Prince of Pentacles in reverse. He's also concerned about his dumb brother. And William's getting some good news. So the Wheel of Fortune is the final card for William. And he will get some good news. Some things good will come from it. The Ace of Wands is good because there's something coming for William. Like there's a new project. There's a new burst of energy. There's something coming that's going to make him look more, make him feel better. Fergie whined about not being invited to William and Catherine's wedding. Well, did she? That's probably why they turned up dressed like God knows what, like some kind of thing from Doctor Who. You know what I mean? Oh, honestly, that is just so vindictive and unnecessarily petty. Like, I don't like this person, so I'm going to dress up really ugly for their wedding. It's just like the only person who looks ugly is you if you do stuff like that.
Well, they're not exactly page 3 models.
Right.